Climate change. It's the greatest con job ever.
If you caught any of Donald Trump's 56-minute speech to the UN last week, it was pretty hard to miss the fact that this guy is not a fan of renewables.
If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail.
Trump's claims aren't new. They come from a well-worn playbook of climate denial and delay, often spread by those with vested interests in slowing down the transition to net zero.
Trump has ulterior motives, and so we need to give people the context of those motives in order to understand why he's saying those extreme things.
And what might those motivations be?
Drill, baby, drill.
In the US, researchers have tracked how fossil fuel interests spread anti-renewable energy narratives. For example, the idea that offshore wind turbines kill whales has been linked with conservative think tanks. Those narratives then bleed into local grassroots groups, making it difficult to disentangle what is genuine community opposition and what is being pushed by those trying to slow.
The wind turbines are a big success in America when they are offshore. Apparently they produce so much more because they're spinning all the time, I guess, or they get a lot more frequency of air pushing them. So they are a success. But I don't know about the ones on the land. Scientific theory on the greenhouse effect I have debunked. Go to this video that will be appearing in front of the screen right now. Have a listen to that, and then you'll understand more fully that petrol engines, the CO2 from those engines is not radioactive. And in the cold state, high up in the atmosphere at around 0 and 58 degrees below zero, there is no atomic or molecular movement that they claim through the photons of the sunlight coming in and the infrared photons and rays escaping the planet. It's like having, because the temperature up in the atmosphere is so cold, their claims of the regeneration and redistribution of a form of photogenetic radioactive collisional energy is a false statement. I say this based purely on the factual scientific analogy that can easily be seen. And an example you can take from this is if you create a greenhouse here on the planet, put an air conditioner in the roof of it, and then make the claims that it is producing heat back down into the earth, it's totally false and totally debunked. Carbons from motor vehicle exhaust do not combine with nitrogen and oxygen and become radioactive or atomically excited in those frozen, freezing temperatures. This is a scientific fact that anyone can easily Google and easily find out about. And if they are a scientist or have studied science or a student, they'll connect straight away with what I'm saying here. The ultraviolet, infrared rays and heat from the sun, radioactivity from the sun, is not expanding the molecular structure or bending the atomic structures of hydrocarbons from car exhaust, but would rather do this in any form of understanding scientifically, do this with C14, the same radioactive gases produced from gamma rays and nuclear bomb testing on the surface of the planet. And I now strongly suspect from large amounts of radioactive tritium that are being released in the millions and millions of litres every day on the planet by nuclear reactors. You see, if you do dig deeper and deeper into the research of the genomic structures, the chemical formations of the radioactive part in the tritium that is released into the oceans, you will read there that it forms and can form and does form lightweight gas. Now that is of a radioactive nature. Apparently, this is not the same gas as radon that has a half-life of, 3.8 days or nearly 4 days, and then is totally harmless. No, this lasts for thousands of years. So is the problem coming from the nuclear industry? Is all this atomic excitement and fast molecular movement that's being excited from the photons and the ultraviolet, infrared rays that the sunlight passes through, is it coming from that? And are cars being blamed? The normal CO2, non-radioactive CO2 from car emissions? Is this what's really happening on the planet? Get me wrong, I'm all for renewables, but for clean air. And solar panels are just so magical, and they recycle them now too. So those and the windmills and all the turbines, whatever you want to call them, they're magic. They're great. You go to this video in front of the screen in my video collection and have a look at that if you're interested enough to know more about the subject, more factual scientific facts, real facts on the subject. Go there. About the Curie temperature on all molecular structures, which totally debunks the greenhouse effect. Trump is right about fossil fuels. They don't contribute at all to the global warming, but other radioactive gases might. You can present any scientific evidence to debunk what I'm saying here. I will fucking remove all my fucking videos that I have tediously gone over and over, and even rang my college. Rings a guy that used to teach me in college about all this. I went right through college, engineering. I know what I'm fucking going on about here. In fact, I could tell you a lot about gas, natural gas, if we want to go down that road and talk about the fucking environmental impacts of hydrocarbons. Yeah, that in its molecular state is not causing a heat to come and push back on into the Earth's atmosphere. You see, all these scientists that base their fucking global greenhouse effect theories on have forgotten one thing. The Curie temperature of all the molecular and atomic structures up there are in a frozen state, and they don't have radioreactivity from photons, ultraviolet, or infrared. In fact, to make a statement that anything up there that re-emits heat other than the sun itself is an absolute lie, absolute misinformation. Yes. Go through the steps. First listen to my videos, the other video, then go through your own research steps, and you'll soon realize that what I'm saying is 100% right. Have a great day.